Hello everyone, my name is Ailsa and I am here today to talk about my August reading plans. This is very much a plans and ideas, not goals video, because I am quite pregnant at the moment. Like, my baby could arrive literally any day now. So I know that's going to affect how much of anything that I do in August. And kind of tied into that, most of the books that I have lined up are either ones that I can read as ebooks, so like held on my phone in one hand, or paperbacks that again I can read one-handed, hopefully, while I'm holding a baby or holding a sleeping baby or something along those lines. Helpfully, I have quite a few ebooks from NetGalley, either ones that I picked up earlier in the year that I haven't quite had a chance to finish yet, or there are a few that I've spotted in the last couple of days. I have NetGalley auto approval from one of my favourite publishers, and that has made me kind of download a couple of books that I'm really excited about in the past week. So I'm really pleased to be getting onto those, and glad that they're in ebook form and I can hold them on my phone. So I'm going to get straight into the books and tell you a bit about them. I'm going to start with the ebooks I've got for review. First of all is 8 Detectives by Alex Pavesi. I mentioned this in the video that I did, I think in May, when I talked, oh gosh, that's a while ago. Really that long? Anyway, I did a video where I talked about NetGalley books that I needed to review, and I think I mentioned that one then. I had just received it at the time. I've now started reading it. I'm about 12% in, I think. This is a story about a crime writer who goes missing or something along those lines, and his editor thinks there's more to it. She thinks that there is something in his previous stories that he wrote several years before his disappearance that could be clues to where he's gone now and what's happened. What I like so far about this book is that it starts with the first chapter being actually this contained short story that is supposedly one of the ones he has written where there is a clue about his disappearance. Second chapter is then the editor meeting him for the first time. He's a bit reclusive, and I'm now into the third chapter, which is another short story. I think that's a really fun way to do them, and I'm excited to see how the book goes. I am filming this kind of in the last few days of July, so it is possible that I will actually manage to finish this one before August even starts, but I'm including it here anyway because I know how easily distracted I am with books and how much else there might be going on in my life in the next few days. 8 Detectives is published by, I believe, one of the Penguin imprints. I can't remember which one at the moment, and that is due to be published in August. The next book that is on my list is called One to Watch by Kate Stayman. This came out this month. It is about a woman who is a blogger or vlogger or Instagram, some kind of thing like that. She's an influencer of some description. She's all about body positivity and things like that. And there is this reality TV show where people can like find love and things like that. And she's been very against it because they're always very slim people with a very particular body type and appearances. And then she's approached by the producers to go on their next series, which will be a special with like slightly more diverse bodies and people included on it, I believe. And she decides that, okay, it's fun. She gets to go on dates with a bunch of guys. It's just a bit of fun. She's not going to fall in love, so why not? Let's go and have a good time. And then I assume she does end up actually getting to meet some guys who she quite likes. I've not started this one at all yet. It was highlighted in a NetGalley email and I thought, why not? It sounds like a bit of fun. So I'm looking forward to trying that one at some point soon. Then is one of the books that I am really excited about, and that is 7 Devils. This is written by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May. I've not actually read any Laura Lamb books yet, but I definitely want to. She wrote Pantomime and a couple of others. Elizabeth May has written The Falconer and that series. But 7 Devils is a sci-fi novel. I think it has a female-female relationship at the centre. There is certainly representation of female-female relationships. It is, I think, lady pirates in space trying to save the world or something along those lines, which just sounds so awesome to me. It's been a few months now since I read a good sci-fi book, so I'm excited to get into that one. That publishes early in August. I think it's August the 6th or August the 8th, depending on what days of the week those are. So I I'm actually really hoping to get to this one soon so that I can post my review quite soon after the publication date. Publication date is going to be a bit too optimistic, I expect, but definitely look out for more on that in August. Then another book I'm really excited about is The Lefthanded Booksellers of London by Garth. I'm a big fan of Garth. I love his Old Kingdom series, and him writing a book about magic in London, books involved in somewhere, just sounds like so many awesome things all at once, and I was so excited to see this on NetGalley the other day. That comes out in September, and again, I'm going to really try to get that read and reviewed either before then or at publication time. Then the last of the NetGalley books for review that I need to kind of finish up is one that I also actually have a proof of. I've mentioned this before. This is The Intoxicating Mr. Lavelle by Neil Blackmore. This was due to be published in the spring but got delayed due to COVID. It is now going to be published in August. It is set in the 18th century and it's about two brothers who've been brought up pretty much in isolation. They come from a kind of trade background, so they are not the high echelons of society, and yet their mother has tried to teach them everything that she thinks they need to be accepted into that world of high society, and they are now at the age of like 20 and 21 going out into the world to do a grand tour of Europe and hopefully meet some of these wonderful connections in society. Except it doesn't quite go to plan. Everyone can tell that they are not who they're kind of saying they are. Lots of people are very snooty and treating them quite badly, and the younger brother, who is the one narrating the story, is gay. I'm about halfway through. I like aspects of it. It's not pulling me along to keep reading, so I just kind of, maybe when I get back into it now, things will pick up, but I just kind of have that feeling of something awful is about to happen, and I hate that in books. I hate the anticipation of knowing that these characters are going along blithely and something is about to go horribly wrong for them. Which is kind of why I paused it, but I really want to get that wrapped up and done. And as you can see, it's having it in paperback means that I can have a break from screens when I'm reading this in the next few weeks, and again do the one-handed reading thing so that I can balance baby in the other hand. Another book I wanted to mention that I am kind of partway through at the moment is Woman Enders Left by Jessica Brockmole. I used to work at the publisher who published this, which is Ailsa Busby. It came out a few years ago. It came out, I think, just as I started working there, like within the first couple of months I was working there, and unfortunately at the time I didn't get around to reading it, but one of the editors really recommended this one, so I did pick up a copy, and I'm reading it now. It's set on two timelines. In America, it's set in the 1950s and the 1920s, about two different women and kind of the connection that is between them that the younger one is now finding out about. And that's really enjoyable, and yeah, just hoping to finish that up. Then I have two more books that I'm not really sure about how I'm going to get on with in August, but I wanted to mention them anyway. The first is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I've started reading this book. I'm about yay far in. I'm really enjoying it, but my concern with this one is it is massive. And I don't know how well I'm going to manage to be reading that if I'm trying to do it one-handed. I think that's going to be a lot trickier, or I'm going to end up breaking the spine, which is such a, like, vain thing to worry about. But I hate breaking the spine on books, and just I don't know how I'm gonna get on with getting time to read it, so we shall see. But I'm loving it, and I definitely recommend it so far, but I don't know if I'm gonna have to put it down for a while I'm trying to look after a newborn baby. We'll see. And kind of on a related topic is a book that I am rereading, and that is The Unmumsy Mum by Sarah Turner. I read this one a couple of years ago, at the time just reading it for fun, and now I wanted to dip into it a bit because she has lots of stuff in it about knowing that you are a good enough parent and holding on to that even when you feel like you're being rubbish at lots of things, cling to the fact that other people are experiencing the same troubles with bringing up children that you are, even if they're putting up the lovely happy photos on Instagram and look super productive and everything going smoothly, to know that you're not alone in any struggles of parenting. And I just wanted to kind of read that to reinforce it to myself that regardless of how it goes in the next couple of months, that I'll be being the best mom I can. And that feels weird and arrogant to say out loud, but it's the truth, and I'm going to be a good enough mom, and my husband is going to be a good enough dad. We're going to be the best parents we can be. But I think having the reminder that it's not all going to be perfect Instagram photos, and that anyone who's showing that is probably hiding a lot of things, is a good thing to kind of keep to the front of my brain. So yeah, that's one to dip in and out of. So those are some of my reading plans for August. I'd love to know if you have read any of these books, what you thought of them, and what you are planning to read this month. I will hopefully, talk to you again soon. Bye!